Yeah, so I ran around. I told everybody, hey, all you got to do is read this book, listen to it, Book of Revelation. Your ears will open. You'll hear his voice. You'll see him. You know, it's like Jesus Christ will pop out of a box and be in front of you. Like there'll be confetti. There'll be a band playing. Big celebration. Angels blowing trumpets. Just like that. Well, it may have worked that way for me one time, at least. I was struck dead, bam, boom, face to face with Christ, pow. Pen is poised like an axe over your head. Your name will be written in the book of the dead, blotted out of the book of life. And I'm like, whoa, that was my introduction, so I expected that to happen to everybody. Let me tell you something. I was living in an apartment in Santa Cruz. There was this homeless guy at the end of the driveway of the apartment building I was in. It was a small apartment building, small, 4 or 5 apartments in a row. An alley ran down to the road. He slept on the sidewalk. Went out there and I said, hey, how'd you like to come over to my place in the morning, take a shower, have a washing machine, wash your clothes, cook breakfast for you, and we'll see what the day brings. It's like, okay, sure. And he looked better than I do. You know, he was shaved. He was, trying to make the best of his situation. Sure enough, every morning I go out there on the street and I grab him and say, come on. After a while, he just came over by himself, and this happened for a while, for maybe a few weeks or something, a month, 2. He'd come over and sit by the window and look out. And he'd spend some time in the bathroom, shower, brush his teeth, shave. I'd do his laundry, put on clean clothes. Life was pretty good. Made bacon, eggs, grits, whatever. Pancakes, maple syrup. I enjoyed cooking for him, washing his clothes, serving him, cleaning up after him. I was happy. I helped him in other ways too. That's neither here nor there. He used to just sit there and he used to just eat while I go. I didn't force myself or Christ or anything on him. I just talked to him. I just say, I had this experience. I'd wait, pause, little bits and pieces. I'd give him my testimony. One morning he comes over. He's very quiet. He doesn't seem the same. He goes into the bathroom and do his laundry. It wasn't always the same clothes. I had changes of clothes for him, but I did these things. We gave him a decent start in the morning. Goes over and he sits at the little table by the window and he's looking out. Something's different. Cooking his breakfast, and I give him his pancakes and eggs and scrambled eggs and toast and butter and jam and whatever it is that I had for him. Sausage. Then I peep out of him, and I didn't feel like saying anything. Every morning I was preaching to him. Not this morning. It was quiet. I didn't say a word. Neither did he. It was just dead silence. You hear a pin drop the whole time. He's there. He wipes his mouth. He says, thank you. Hands me his plate. I took it over there and I'm washing the dish, which I enjoy doing. He says, I gotta tell you something. He broke the silence. I'm thinking, what, nothing. Nothing special. He says, I woke up this morning and I went into your house and went into your bathroom. I looked in the mirror. I was brushing my teeth. I raised my head, looked in the mirror, and my face was red and it had horns on it. Face of the devil. My eyes were yellow. I screamed. And right after I screamed, I woke up. And it was exactly the time to go to your house. And I came over this morning. He says, I've been in shock. Dropped down on his knees, says, I want to accept Jesus Christ into my life. So that's fine. And we did that. Baptized him. So he appears to different people in different ways. This is not a textbook, boom. It's not like that for everybody. He jumped me, killed me instantly. And he pretty much beat me up with a 2x4. Because that's what I understood. I understood that. But he is a loving God. But he comes to each one of us according to where we are. He comes down to our level. So if you read the book of Revelation, you hear the book of Revelation, you ask him to come into your life, you live a holy life to the best of your ability to present yourself to him as one approved, a workman who's not ashamed. So you don't see disappointment in his eyes when you show up. You help the needy, the poor, the homeless, give them shelter. The naked, give them clothes, give them food if they're hungry. Normal, basic things helping your fellow man. What have you done for your fellow man today, he asks me. And every day, when you go through your life review, that's the key point. When you put on the armor of God, you have the sword of God, you have the helmet of God, you have the robe of righteousness, or the robe of salvation. You have the testimony of Jesus Christ. You have the Word of God in you. Do you read His Word? Do you continually pray? Do you always ask Him before you do anything? And always ask Him first. Do you ask Him, Lord, is there something I can do for you? Those are the tenets that I live by. I do my best to live by. And so, just because one thing happens to one person, or just because it happened this way to me, doesn't mean it's going to happen this way for you. We're each individuals. He comes down to our level, and He deals with us as individuals. He knows the devices and the desires of our heart. And if you look around and talk to people like me and testify, giving the testimony that He gave me, you'll probably find they're all different. And not just a little bit different. God's a very creative guy. They're a lot different. But if you have faith, ask Him to come into your life. And if you're sincere, have a humble countenance, contrite spirit, He's a king. He's the King of Kings. You wouldn't walk up to the Queen of England, smack her in the back, and say, "Hey, babe, how you doing?" No, He's a king. Treat Him with respect, not with contempt. And even if you don't believe, even if you're an atheist or whatever the belief system is that you follow, it doesn't matter. You can still come to Him and say, "Hey, I know a Muslim, Jesus appeared to them, and she said, I think you've got the wrong person. He said, no. So, you never know. And that's where faith kicks in. You have faith, he'll show up. Like Matthew 7. And there are other verses. Ask and you will receive. Seek and you will find. And expect the unexpected.